If you're planning on buying any cards from TCG Player, make sure you use our affiliate link right here in the description of our video to help support the channel. It's the best way to do it and it's free. Looking for PTGO codes? Poton Store has all the latest sets and promos instantly delivered to your email. You can use Tablemon code when checking out for 5% off. Card Market is Europe's largest online marketplace for Pokemon cards. Whether you're looking for sealed product or singles, vintage or the latest sets, just follow the link in the description to find what you need. This video is sponsored by the Pokemon TCG deck building website PokemonCard.io. Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video here at Tablemon. Thank you so much for tuning in. So heading into this weekend, we have Texas Regionals, the last big event of this 2022 year, which saw the return of tournaments and premier events. Hopefully 2023, we get some news soon about the return of league challenges and league cups. We're all very eager to find out when and where we can start playing in those. But we have this weekend Texas, and at the last set of events that happened all over the world, in Australia, in Germany, and in Canada, we saw that people really wanted to counter Lugia V-Star, and with good reason, right? It is the best deck, and therefore people do want to counter it. However, Lugia definitely has the possibilities and the wiggle room to counter the counters, right? So what sort of counters did we see? We saw lightning type attackers, right? Which we are a little bit foregoing with this list as we are not playing Dunsparce anymore. Definitely if we wanted to play Dunsparce, I feel like we could switch out the Oranguru for Dunsparce. In fact, I'm gonna do that. We're gonna have the ultimate counter to the counters. All right. So one way to counter Lugia is attempting to do it through weakness, and that's where Dunsparce's Mysterious Nest ability removes weakness from both Lugia and Stoutland and Arceus, I guess. Now, that nullifies the potential Raikou V threats, the potential Vikavolt V threats that we did see do well and win over in Germany. And Raikou V has been included in random or pretty much a lot of Lost Box decks as well. Now, another way we saw people try to counter Lugia V-Star was through paralysis. Yeah, continuous paralysis by using Articuno's attack that continuously freezes. They self-damage, but then with Emergency Jelly, they can prevent that self-damage. And that is where Espeon VMAX comes in. Yeah, the ability Solar Revelation. You prevent all effects of attacks from your opponent's Pokemon done to all your Pokemon that have energy attached. That means Articuno's effective attack, which is paralysis, does not apply. Sacrum's effect, which paralyzes, does not apply, right? So the first hit that they do, if you don't have Espeon VMAX and then you evolve into it, you don't remove the special condition at that point. Yeah, because that's like the effect of an attack is separate from the result of that effect, which is a special condition. However, that special condition will no longer be able to be placed on the turn after you have been healed from that paralysis. Now, if you wanted to go less hard on the counter, but still want to have the option and also be able to counter Confusion from Yellhorn, which is a less annoying, I guess, to an extent, you could play instead of Espeon, you could play Virizion V. Its ability Verdant Wind. Each of your Pokemon that has any grass energy attached recovers from all special conditions and can't be affected by any special conditions in the future, of course. So the way you activate this Verdant Wind is through the use of your Aura Energy, since they do count for all the energies, all the energy types at the same time. That is how you could also counter special conditions. However, the benefit of Espeon VMAX is discarding energies is also an effect of an attack, which means that Yveltal from the Celebration set is also a hard counter to Lugia because it discards up to 3 special energies. But if Espeon VMAX is in play, your opponent is not actually able to discard those special energies, making it really, really good as a counter to the counters, as I mentioned. Yeah. And then the final counter that we have seen some decks utilize is try to create an unkOable, if that's even a word, unkOable Drapion V, right? And that does allow you to, not sorry, I'm saying silliness. Okay, rewind. An unkOable Mewtwo V Union, all right? Because this Pokemon's damage output, maximum damage output with 4 powerful energies, that would be 300 for the Tempest type, and with that choice build, that's 330. But if the Mewtwo V Union is holding a V-Guard energy, then that damage becomes 300, and Mewtwo Union coincidentally has 310 HP, meaning you'd always be 10 damage short, and its ability prevents you from knocking it out with Evil Doll's amazing destruction attack. So that does mean, yeah, that having a dark type attacker such as Drapion V is really good, because then you hit Mewtwo for weakness and you just knock it out. Yeah, 190 times 2, 380 minus 30 from the V-Guard, 350, more than enough. Yeah, and of course with Archeops you can power up the energies necessary for Dynamic Tail, which is really nice. And even though we don't get, yeah, so we can power up because we don't get the Wild Style ability activated, because those sort of decks do not play any single strike, rapid strike, or fusion strike Pokemon. However, Mew VMAX is a very powerful deck, a very popular deck. It's usually the second most popular deck in the last few tournaments, behind Lugia V-Star, and having that extra nice way to try and counter Mew VMAX is also a welcome addition. So this card serves both purposes. Yeah, so now we have this wide array of counters to the counters, along with the standard Evil Doll, along with the Charizard, and along with Stoutland for the extra prizes against Lost Box decks. So not bad at all. Really cool to see how Lugia how the metagame like adapted to the dominating Lugia presence from Latin America to the counters, and now we are at Lugia countering its own counters, yeah, and maintaining most of the consistency. The only card I did sacrifice was one Professor's Research, yeah, and if we're really finding that the consistency was just not really working out for us, and you really needed, I guess Oranguru is another piece I just sacrificed, but if you're like really scared of the consistency and whatnot, then you could, instead of the Espeon VMAX, you could play the Virizion V, yeah, that I did mention, have protection against both confusion and paralysis, which is very important right now in the metagame, and you'd open up that spot to have the extra research spot, so you'd be ready for everything and everyone. The only thing you'd be missing, I guess, would be a lightning type attacker that could 1-KO Lugia V-Stars more easily, but between Lugia V-Star and Evil Doll and Radiant Charizard, you do have ways to 1-KO, so probably not necessary. Yeah, you also get Dunsparce and Manaphy for protection against Regigigas, which did win the biggest tournament as of late over in Japan. I did make a video about it if you want to check it out, but that way you get protection from that. They did beat a Lugia in the finals, but I did watch the game, and the Lugia V-Star deck ended up setting up probably one turn too late. Yeah, they were down 2 prizes before they were able to fully set up, which usually doesn't happen that way. And because that happened, the Regi player was just too far ahead. But if they had been able to set up normally on turn 2 rather than turn 3, I believe it was, or maybe it was turn 4, then I'm pretty sure Lugia would have won that tournament. But anyways, thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed, and let me know if you like this different style of video. I figured like there's so many videos showcasing Lugia gameplay, and the chances of me playing against a Lugia counter and for people actually staying in the game to like fully showcase a complete game are very low. I'm gonna try and for 2023 maybe schedule some games so I can actually show some interesting matchups and show how the counters work or specific tech cards work in that specific matchup. But for now, this analysis hopefully was useful. Let me know your thoughts if you like this style of video as well, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.